A scientific expedition to Antarctica goes horribly wrong when a team of explorers uncover inexplicable signs of ancient life. It's a story of shimmering mirages, lost civilizations, and unspeakable cosmic horrors. Wrap up warm and brace yourself. We're about to discover the mysteries that lurk at the mountains of madness. H.P. Lovecraft wrote this short novel in 1931, at a time when many parts of Antarctica were still unmapped. He was fascinated by the accounts of explorers like Douglas Mawson and Richard E. Byrd, and the expedition described in the story is well equipped to make similar pioneering discoveries. The narrator, Professor William Dyer, is a geologist, and he's soon thrilled to receive dramatic radio messages from an advance party. 10:05 p.m. On the wing. After snowstorm, have spied mountain range ahead higher than any hitherto seen. May equal Himalayas, allowing for height of plateau. Reaches as far as can see to right and left. Suspicion of 2 smoking cones. All peaks black and bare of snow. Gale blowing off them impedes navigation. The plane is forced to make a landing in the foothills of this titanic mountain range. As the advance party begins to explore the surrounding caves, the radio messages become breathless with excitement. Important discovery. Orendorff and Watkins working underground at 9:45 with light found monstrous barrel-shaped fossil of wholly unknown nature. Must dissect when we get back to camp. Many features obviously of almost incredible primitiveness. Having trouble with dogs. They can't endure the new specimen and would probably tear it to pieces if we didn't keep it at a distance from them. Attention Dyer, Peabody, Douglas. Matter of highest, I might say transcendent importance. Fabulously early date of evolution, preceding even simplest Archean protozoa hitherto known, baffles all conjecture as to origin. Vast field of study opened. First the world's greatest mountains, and then this. If this last isn't the high spot of the expedition, I don't know what is. We're made scientifically. Soon, all contact with the advance group is mysteriously severed. Dyer and his team have no choice but to investigate. And what they discover is operatic levels of cosmic horror. H.P. Lovecraft's central philosophy was that of cosmicism, basically the idea that humanity is a tiny, insignificant part of the cosmos and could be swept away at any moment. He infused his fiction with this belief, marrying it to a rich and complex mythology which describes alien races of powerful, incomprehensible beings who create humans almost as an afterthought or accident. This background mythology is interconnected across his many stories and has inspired legions of Lovecraft fans to dive deep into a world of legend and lore. Part of the grim joy of reading Lovecraft is to sink into the sheer audacity of the imagined histories. The deities, the cycles of ancient civilizations, even just the sound of the language. Everyone should, at least once in their reading life, encounter the great old ones, the Necronomicon, Cthulhu, Dagon, Mother Hydra, Zoth-Omog. Also, you should experience Lovecraft's unique descriptive vocabulary. Eldritch, accursed, blasphemous, unmentionable, amorphous, cyclopean. Horrifying as his fictional universe is, it's also a lot of fun. Knowledge itself is a source of horror in Lovecraft. Whether it's a scholar who uncovers a new strand of mathematics which induces insanity, or an explorer who witnesses the impossible architecture of an ancient city which upends all previous research. The human characters often catch just a glimpse of the universe beyond, and the experience shatters their worldview and brings about madness or death, or both. Lovecraft was writing primarily between the two world wars and driven by a common fear that our species was most likely accelerating its own demise through exponentially increasing knowledge. Whether decoding a forbidden manuscript or drilling through ancient rock, Lovecraft's protagonists often paid dearly for their curiosity. I could not help feeling that they were evil things. Mountains of madness whose farther slopes looked out over some accursed ultimate abyss. That seething, half-luminous cloud background held ineffable suggestions of a vague, ethereal beyondness, far more than terrestrially spatial, and gave appalling reminders of the utter remoteness, separateness, desolation, and eon-long death of this untrodden and unfathomed austral world. Lovecraft died in poverty, having no real literary success in his lifetime, but his huge influence in writing, comics, cinema, video games, and beyond speaks to an enduring appeal. Despite all of our discoveries, despite our increasing ability to explain the world, it's still exhilarating and sometimes terrifying to know that we do not know it all, and we're not really in charge. Reading Lovecraft reminds us that we are a relatively young, parasitic species on a dying planet, aimlessly drifting through a largely indifferent universe. Lovecraft's mythology, the great old ones, the elder gods, and so on, may be a complete invention, but they speak to a simple reality, that we humans are subject to the whims of cosmic forces far greater than ourselves. And sometimes we would do well to remember it. You've been watching The Portly Raven, where we devour great books and then crow about it. Please do like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support the creation of more books-related content just like this.